Welcome back to Wheatzart's channel. Whoa, it's Saturday. So we're going to talk about four pieces of artwork, but today we're also going to talk about some of my pieces that I started a long time ago and haven't gotten back to. I've got a stack of them right here, and I'll be happy to show them once we get through the first part of this series. Not series, the first part of this video. All right. We are going to start with the one that I sort of finished yesterday. I have to go back though and work on it a little bit more. And the reason why I have to go work on this some more is because there are smudges in some of the white areas, and so I'm just gonna have to go back and add some extra shapes in here. But this was the intended finale, but I have to go back and edit it because there are 3 or 4 smudge marks that I am absolutely not happy with, and I can't remove them, so I can cover them up by drawing another shape somewhere, covering it up, the smudginess. So, yeah, this is another example that I can never have a perfect piece. I can't remember. I don't even have a name for this yet. I think it's something about essence. Um, I may give it a different title. Anyway, so that's that piece. And I remember a couple years ago. I don't know if it was a couple years ago. Let's see what date it is. Yeah, it was a couple years ago. Um, about maybe a year and 3/4, maybe. Anyways, well, somebody asked me to draw them a gun, and I'm like, well, I can't really draw what people want me to draw, but I gave it a try, and it ended up looking like a seahorse. Ended up looking like a seahorse, not an actual gun. And this is exactly why I don't take commissions because if I took commissions and you had something specific in mind, it would not turn out anything like it. You want me to draw you a bucket of ice cream? It's going to look like a dinosaur chasing after a rabbit with wings. But anyways, this was and I just decided to call this the unexpected because I didn't realize how bad at drawing a gun I really was. LOL. Anyways, moving on to the next piece. Ooh, this is the one where I experimented with alcohol markers. Oh, this one drove me a little nuts because this one is called Trash. I just was so furious with this. See this? We got light gray here and dark gray here. I wanted this to be a much lighter shade of gray, but the alcohol marker kept making it darker and darker in certain spots, and it was just driving me nuts. I had to eventually give up on this because I could not get this entire blade to be just one shade of gray. It ended up being like a really dark shade and a little bit lighter shade. And I still don't like this piece for that same reason because the blade was supposed to be just one shade of gray, and I just couldn't do it because I just kept on doing this, doing this, doing this. And I'm like, okay, it keeps the alcohol markers. I have a very heavy hand, so when I'm doing artwork, I probably should stop using water markers and markers of any kind because what it does is I color in something. And then there was one spot that's a little bit darker than the rest of the spot, and so I try to make the rest of the spot the same shade, and I just make it worse and worse and worse and worse. So this is and the same thing happened in the blue area too. Same thing happened in the blue area. It just doesn't come out right. So I think what I need to do is just stay away from color. My black and white drawings, I'm happy with my black and white drawings. I am almost never happy with my colored ones. There's a few colored pieces that I really like, but I'm mostly not happy with my colored stuff. All right. Now I did something different with this guy here. This one is called Electric. I decided to do black and white on colored paper. So it wouldn't be white, so it's like black and yellow. So I decided to do this guy. This came out nice. I'm not a terrible big fan of this piece, but it came out nice. I wished I wouldn't have done the center. I wished I wouldn't have done the car or the center design. I wished I would have just kept on going with this design and just see where it went. Not my worst piece at all. It's probably not even in my top 10 worst pieces. In fact, I don't hate it so much. It's just I should have went a different direction with this guy. In my opinion, of course. Art is subjective. Everybody has their own perception. That's why I like to show off art that I don't like, my artwork that I really don't like. I keep the art that I don't like because it's part of my gallery per se. I like the use of my colors. But anyways, it's all part of my art, so I just never throw it away, and I encourage people to never throw away their artwork, no matter how bad they think it is. I also encourage people to share their so-called bad artwork. Like my artwork might be terrible to me, but somebody else like you may love it. So I always encourage people to just keep their crap. All right, now we're gonna look at woulda, shoulda, coulda's, but still can be because I set these aside. All right. So back when I was doing my series of 16 pieces, I messed up on a lot of these. But what happens is I will set my mess ups aside, right? And then later I'll come back and it'll turn into something like this. This one looks good. But this one is a mess up. And you can definitely see where I messed up on this. So this could not be part of my series due to the few mess ups here. It is lopsided and there's too much black in a couple of squares. It was just not meant to be part of the series. So now I set this aside. I don't know if it was this year or last year, but I set this aside so I could work on it later. And then it'll turn into something different. All right. This guy right here. This guy I started yesterday. This guy I will finish soon because I already know where I'm going with that one. I started that one yesterday along with this guy. That one was before this guy. I was supposed to finish that one before I did this one, but then I got obsessed with this one because the border was looking pretty cool. All right, this one I started last month and I just can't seem to get myself to finishing it. I don't know why. I have an idea of where I want to go with it. It can't be too difficult to finish. Excuse me. For some reason, my brain just doesn't want to finish it. All right. There is a drawing that I. Do I have it back here? Yes, I do have it back here. Sweet. Okay. We have this drawing that did not turn out to the way I wanted it to at all. Just the four brown corners in the center here. These were supposed to be like a tribute to the Mario game, but the colors just were terrible, absolutely awful. I could not get the color to come out well. So I was so disappointed just by those because the border work came out nice. The color choices and the overall coloring was just aggravating, absolutely aggravating. So what I did do was last year I started a new version of this. I accidentally used bigger paper, unfortunately, because it was supposed to be on the same size. So I started a new border that this was supposed to be, but I'm trying to redraw the exact same border so I can have something better than this to look at. LOL. Not sure where this is going because I haven't worked on it for actually, it might have been over a year. All right, this one I started over a decade ago. This may have been started in this may have been started closer to 2 decades ago. This this was started a long time ago, and then in 2024 I worked on it a little bit, and then I just gave up on it. So I gave up on it again. Eventually, I'll get around to finishing this piece. Mm. Ooh, here's one of my favorite borders. I really like this border. The reason why I haven't worked on it is because I like the border too much, and I'm afraid to ruin it. And the same goes for the next two or three pieces, I think. This is nice too. I love these borders. If I had a scanner, I would scan these onto my computer so I could have scans of just the border. So that I could actually go back and work on these. Ooh, this is the one. This is a border I did like last month. This is super nice, super fantastic, and I will work on this. This just looks too good to mess up. This is actually crazy good. I really like this a lot. Ew. And here's the old lady picture frame one. Not sure where I want to go with this, but I kind of like it is, but I definitely want to finish it at some point. Just not sure the direction I'm going to go. Ooh, here's one of my favorite border works too. This is beautiful. I really like the corners. The corners I did there. Absolutely love the corner work. Cornerstone of my incompletes. Ew, and here's one of my large ones that I haven't completed, and I'm afraid to complete. This is a beautiful one. Maybe this is a really, really nice one. Oh, perfect. Very gorgeous. All right, everybody. I appreciate you for being here, watching the whole video, clicking that like button, and leaving a comment. I will be back here tomorrow with another video. It's it's Sunday Shoutzart with Wheatzart. So tomorrow I'll be shouting out. I'll be picking a YouTube channel to shout out for tomorrow's video. Whoever left me a comment this past week on my shorts or my videos, and I will pick a every week will be a different YouTuber. But I will pick somebody, shout them out tomorrow in my next video, my Sunday video. With that being said, thank you all for watching. Have a great day. Oh.